Hey guys, welcome back. We have a DOHO 2 update, and it's not looking so well. So first, I was waiting for the longest time to find a thin wall socket so I could take my lug nuts off, because these aftermarket rims I have, I'll show you up close from these bore bit rims for the Miata. You need like a thin wall 13/16 inch socket. So what I did is I took one of my impact sockets, Craftsman, and I took it into my machine shop and I turned it down 40 thousandths on the lathe, and I was being kind of a noob and I only brought my 21mm socket in, and I turned that down and I sprayed some of this Rust-Oleum on it, and I should have brought my 13/16 at the same time, just because I was unsure at the time, although I could have put one of my non-impact 13/16 sockets, my shallow one, on the lug nuts and found out for sure, but of course I didn't think of that. So this one I just finished once I got a chance to get back to the shop, and this one fit, and this one 13/16 is slightly smaller than 21mm, so I only turned it down about 30 thousandths, but it fit. I took off the lug nuts, it was great, but we have hit another roadblock, and let me take you on over here. So got the car on jack stands, always use jack stands, and not just a floor jack. I have the floor jack out of the way right now because I was like, you know what? I'm getting close to taking this off. And I got the half shafts, undone out of the way, drive shaft unbolted out of the way. And I was just getting ready to take out these power plant frame bolts, and I got the first one out, right? The second one was a pain in the butt. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but it looks like it's out of the hole, but I was loosening it with a breaker bar, and only an inch and a half of the second bolt out of the power plant frame came out, and the other 7 inches is broken off, still in the hole. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next, because I was so close to taking out the differential so I could try to rebuild it so I get this thing back on the road. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do. Maybe cut out some of the power plant frame, or I honestly don't even know. We're at a standstill here, so sorry for a lackluster update, but that's where we're at. All right, so I'm just about to pull a differential. I have the two bolts holding it in right now. I don't know if you can see that, one up there and one on the other side. And this stubborn power plant frame bolt, is finally free. And as you can see here, I got the press nut, and I had to drill a hole through the middle of the bolt in order to get the bottom part free. The bottom part is still stuck in the differential, in that hole in there. It's super tight in there, and I had actually drilled a hole through that, but it wasn't going at all. So I managed to get a chisel in between the bottom part of the bolt and this part of the bolt, and then wedge this part out. So now finally we're almost free. We're on the home stretch, and I'm gonna take these last two bolts out, and this differential is going to be out of this car finally. Okay, this is day 3 of working on this one pressed collar. All the other nuts and bolts are out, and look at this. We finally have progress. It's finally starting to move. I am so close to getting this dumb pressed collar out, and there was a piece up top that I could have got out, but come to realize there's like this there's a piece inside that piece, if you know what I'm talking about, that doesn't allow me to lift this top pressed in part off, or to knock it off. And plus the PPF, the power plant frame, is above that, so it's blocking that from allowing me to take that piece off. So this collar is so close. It's coming off like right now, maybe even on camera. We'll see. I don't have a good place to put this. You know what? I'm gonna just hit you guys back once I have it off, and I have this darn differential, this 26-year-old press collar and differential out of this car. This little piece, this little collar finally is out. It is beat up to like no other, but this diff is out finally. Now I can take it into my workbench, open it up, all these rusted up bolts all the way around the casing, and see if I can rebuild this bad boy. And this piece is the one I was talking about, where you can get a chisel in between there and try to pop this off. But yeah, this top part was just hitting the bottom of the top of the power plant frame, and that's why that couldn't come off. It had no room to come off. But it's all good. This diff is finally out. We're gonna open it up, see what's broken inside it, and try to rebuild it. And you can't see it, but when I was chiseling away, managed to smash my finger right up here many times. But you know what? We got it out, so it was worth it. Thank you for watching.